Government MLAs emerge from a Wednesday morning caucus meeting after voting on the fate of a rebellious colleague.
Premier, is Mr. Guthrie still in caucus?
There'll be a statement coming from the very shortly.
10 minutes later, the UCP announced via email Airdrie-Cochrane MLA Peter Guthrie is no longer welcome in caucus. It came 2 days after he stood in defiance of his party and voted with the NDP for a public inquiry into allegations of healthcare contract corruption. Guthrie quit cabinet and was suspended by the UCP in February for the same disagreement.
Criticizing government comes at a cost. And I was asking for openness, transparency, honesty. And instead of embracing that, the government has done everything that it can to impede processes.
The government's chief whip says Guthrie wasn't expelled for his protest vote, but because he wouldn't get on board with the UCP plan to handle the allegations, which includes investigations by the Auditor General and a retired judge.
Doesn't like the direction that we're going. Majority of caucus is very comfortable with that direction.
But Guthrie alleges the vast majority of UCP MLAs don't even fully understand the allegations their government is facing in the form of a lawsuit by the fired CEO of Alberta Health Services.
Over 80% haven't even read the statement of claim from Athana Menthalopoulos.
I won't cast aspersions on MLA Guthrie, and I don't think it's fair for him to cast aspersions on others because they may not be Peter Guthrie.
6 weeks ago, Lesser Slave Lake MLA Scott Sinclair was also booted from caucus. He now sits as an independent. NDP leader Naheed Nenshi said that he's willing to speak to either MLA about potentially joining his party.
But I'll never join the NDP. They just don't share the values of myself, my family, or the riding of the people that voted for me.
But Nenshi disagrees.
I kind of think he does. If his values are support Albertans and act in an ethical manner, happy to chat.
The NDP leader said the same of Guthrie, applauding his courage to stand alone on the Conservative side of the aisle.
He said his own government was being obstructionist. He said if they have nothing to hide, why don't they just call a public inquiry? I'm not sure I can add to that, beyond saying that this government slaps you down if you stand up for Albertans.
This political scientist believes Guthrie's ejection and the government's refusal to call a public inquiry just raises more questions and suspicions.
It's just a bit baffling. It appears like they just want to keep more control over the process.
From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.